Well, good morning, guys. It's that day. It's time for that first oil change. I've got pretty close to 500 miles on this thing. Let's see, come on, 490 miles. All right. So it's time to do the first oil change. Fortunately for me, this thing looks pretty easy. Even I can figure it out. So, of course, you got your oil sight level here. Just be sure it's got oil in it when you're done. I'm a little low anyway. Oil fill, oil filter. When I went online, they were out of the oil filter. Somebody on the Facebook page mentioned that you could get them at the local Honda dealer, so I did that. Yeah, have a filter to put in, and then I also saw where they do not recommend full synthetic oil. For all my motorcycles, I've always used Mobil 1 full synthetic, but everybody's saying use a standard grade of motor oil and a high quality, so I'm using the Valvoline, but they typically say to do not use the synthetic. So 17 millimeter, take the oil filler plug off. And it seems to be gotten there good and tight. Oh, there we go. All right. Nice thing, the skid plate has a nice little hole in the bottom for easy access. Now, I did not change this to the magnetic drain plug. This is my first oil change. I do plan on doing that in the future, so I doubt I will see too much in the way of debris on the plug. And got a little metal on there, not too bad. A couple of shavings. Oh, maybe this looks like it might have it does have a magnetic drain plug on it. Look at that. Sweet. All right. Get the all essential rag here. Yeah, I see a little, well, some discoloration in the oil there. But yeah, it does come with a magnetic drain plug. Cool. It is a little cold this morning, so you should notice the oil is flowing very slowly. Now, typically, I used to have a engine like this on a pit bike that I had. Typically, it takes about a quart of oil. This does have a rather large oil cooler with a lot of oil lines, so I will have to verify that 1 quart will be sufficient. And then on your oil filter housing, it's got an 8 millimeter. Now, typically these have a spring inside, so be sure it doesn't pop out and I don't lose anything. Wow, big difference in the two. So there's 2 different size bolts there. All right. Well. Looks like it's on there pretty good. May need a little tap. We'll see what happens here. Got a leverage. And here I was worried about things popping out. There we go. A little stubborn. Alright, so here we go. We have the spring. Oh, it's not very messy. I like that. Yeah, there's a little debris in here as well. A little bit of metal flakes. Now, normally I'd be freaked out by that, but it seems to be, I'm told, the first few oil changes from the different forums and the Facebook page that this is somewhat normal. So get as much of that out of there as I can. All right. So, oh, let's make it a mess here. I'm going to transfer the spring over to the cup. Oops. Easier said than done. Pull the filter off. That's pretty clean. And back together. Oops. There, we'll wipe it all off when it's done there. And now I'm feeling the spring tension. Now that it's broke the seal, there is an O-ring in there to seal that. And I'm getting oily fingers on the exhaust, so that's probably going to smoke a little when I'm done. There we go. Looks like it's seated nicely. As I said, I had one of these YX engines. It was a 140 Piranha in a Honda CT70. Very happy with the engine, and that's why I had no qualms about buying a bike with a similar motor. Although this is 150 cc's in displacement. Alright, making progress. Oil's still dripping out. We'll give this a little snug. Don't like to go too tight on this stuff, being an aluminum case. So, full disclosure guys, when I put these nice stickers on there, I had my video camera set up, but I put it on my hat. And all I got really pretty much was the top of the seat. Didn't get any of the actual activity of installing the stickers. So missed that whole video opportunity. There we go. So this time I mounted the GoPro on my chest instead of on my hat. And hopefully this time I will have better results. Oops. Put that metal particles on there. I always suggest that you have, some rags when you're doing this kind of work, or old pair of underwear or something. I've been known to use old worn out underwear quite often for oil change rags. Maybe this will help the oil drain a little faster. And this also has a nice oil ring on there. Looks like we're finally getting to the bottom there. All right. Now it looks like the quality of the factory oil filter is pretty good. Aside from having the filter, it's got like a screen wrapped around it. I noticed they're a little bit more expensive than even the Honda filters, but by the looks of things, maybe it's worth it. It's pretty nicely made. It's metal. I have to consider that in future oil changes. Alright, that's about it. Put the 17 mil back on. Yes. Come on now, get some of that out of there. Probably should have started it up, get the oil nice and hot first. Probably would have drained a lot easier. Alright, 1 Ugga Duggas, 2 Ugga Duggas. Alright. Okay, well, I don't know, looks like it might be a little overfull. We'll have to maybe start it up and let it run for a minute. All right. A little overfull. Calls for a quart, but let's see. May have to drain a little out. this is always the messy part of the process. Now, if these are overfull, the crankcase breather will start spitting it out the back, and I don't want that. Turn it right to that point where I can let some out without making a mess. While dropping the plug in the pan and starting over. Let's see what we got there. That's coming out. Alright. Probably looks about right. Actually, still looks a little full. Interesting. Okay. Looks like I got the proper level now, so right at the high level. Just keep in mind, I am not a trained motorcycle technician. I do not play one on television. I did not sleep at a Holiday Inn once. So this is just my personal experience, but just showing you how easy it was. Again, recommendations: use a 4-stroke motorcycle oil. Replace the filter. Like I said, the filter the Orion comes with is pretty. Looks like a pretty nice piece. It's got a microfiber, a micro screen over the filter. Probably the better choice. I'll probably do that next time for sure. And it didn't take well. So I put it in the quart. It was a little over full. I did have to drain a little bit out. Just keep that in mind, maybe for your own experience. You maybe want to put a little in first to check it before you top it all the way off. But again, I just wanted to thank you for stopping by the channel. And guys, we'll talk to you real soon. Bye.